Just keep going and don't look back.
Where my boss chicks at? Boss chicks, boss chicks. Guys, you're on a platform called Boss Chicks 360. And the reason it's called 360 is because a lot of times as boss chicks, if you're entrepreneurs, moms, business owners, business partners, whatever, you own your own business, you just, even if you don't own your own business and you're still working 9 to 5, you're boss chick. You're boss chick. This platform is Boss Chicks 360. And 360 is giving you a completion. You know mathematics, you know 360 is completion. Because a lot of times in our equations as boss chicks, as moms, as daughters, as parents, in our equation, we always leave out ourselves. So this is the space that reminds you not to leave out yourself, which makes the circle complete. And today we're going to discuss a hard topic, a tough one, but it's very necessary, especially this time of year. We're going to talk about how your mama's shit is your mama's shit. Your mama's shit is your mama's shit. Ooh, baby, you gotta know that. You not only do you have to know that, you have to own it. Like, you know, your mama's shit is your mama's shit. Understand that. Your mama's shit is your mama's shit. So that means if your mom had to place you somewhere safe because she wasn't in the environment or the right frame of mind to raise you, that's your mama's shit. If you saw your mama stay into a relationship where she was devalued, she wasn't appreciated, she was beaten, that's your mama's shit. If you grew up and you saw your mom being addictive to drugs, alcohol, men, that's your mama's shit. And let me say something really quick about that. You know, a lot of times as women, we have been programmed to tear each other down. So, just because your mama was addicted to crack, that don't make your mama any better than my mama who was addicted to me. Or her mother who was addicted to giving herself without being appreciated. Some people are addicted to that. They get in relationship after relationship after relationship, where in that relationship, they're unappreciative and they're mad and they take it out on their children. But in all of that, guess what? That's not your shit. That's your mama's shit, baby. That's your mama's shit. Your mom, you know, a lot of times when we get ready to, you know, heal ourselves, we really look at our mom. And you have to. I'm not saying you don't. Because you got to know where the shit came from. The projections that your parents project on you, your mom especially, she will project all of her disappointments and fears in life onto you, especially if you're a girl. Because she's still holding that hurt. She's still holding that pain. Your mama's holding that hurt and that pain because she didn't understand that the shit that she went through and the shit that she was holding was, guess what? Her mama's shit. It was her mama's shit. And you know, we can put on all these masks and all this makeup and we can buy the finest cars, the prettiest purse, and project on what I call a staged relationship. You can project on other people that you have this amazing man in your life and he's just doing all this for you and you're just all this happy person. When that's not the case, that's a death sentence. You're not true to who you are. And until you take off all the masks, all the makeup, all the hair weave, all the lashes, all the stilettos, all the Gucci bags, all the Louis Vuitton bags, until you take off the Infiniti, the Mercedes, until you take off the nails, until you bear yourself in its pure and raw essence. And it's no one there but you until you just really love that person. You're not fixing your shit. You're not fixing your shit. And guess what you're going to do to your children? Even though, and you know, a lot of us say, oh, I'm not going to be putting that on my children, how my mother did. You're not doing your child like your mother did you, but you're doing your child just like your mother did you, but it's just a different type of mask that you got on. Sorry about that, guys. I had a call. It's just a different type of mask. Different type of mask. So, guys, I say to say this, please, you got to make peace. And for this Mother's Day, here's what I want you to do. For this Mother's Day, I want you to take this Mother's Day for you. I want you to draw you the hottest bath. I want you to add some Epsom salt, some ginger root, some turmeric root, some cinnamon, and some cacao. Pure cacao powder. And you can't get all of this at the store. Not cocoa. Cacao. It's got to be cacao. Do not use cocoa. And I want you to put a tablespoon of each. And when you cut your ginger root, you always want to cut it, you know, the tip of your finger. Not the tip of your finger. And then what I do is take that tip and then slice it some more. And I want you to add this in your water. Light you some candles. Get you some wine if you want it. Cigarette. Whatever you want to bring you to that peaceful state. And I want you to run that water with the intention of releasing your mama's shit. And when you sit in that water, I want you to rub your body going down in downward strokes and release your mama's shit. Because how that looks in real life, it looks like siblings fighting against each other and they don't know why. It's hurt there, it's pain, it's anger. Let that shit go. That is a weight that's holding you back. Not your mama, not your siblings. You back. Have your cry if you need to cry. Everything, you're going to release it in that water. Water is a conduit. It's an energy. That's why it cuts and it makes beautiful rocks and amazing crystals. By the way, this is a orange, which I really, really, really work a lot with selenite and healing. And this is orange selenite, which would be good if you guys can pick some up. It's for courage. It kind of helps you get courage. It's from the earth. It's a stone. It's a raw stone. And it gives vibrations. Rocks give vibrations. That's why your people, the indigenous ones, Native Americans, they deal a lot with rocks and stones. Turquoise, all your jewels, all your rubies, your diamonds, your zirconians, all came from the earth by water. Water created it. Pressure and water. Pressure and water. So you take that pressure that's on you and you release that pressure in that water when you take that bath. Whether your mama watched you get abused, she didn't speak up. Whether you saw your mama get manipulated by men, relationship after relationship, Hell, your mama may have been a prostitute and put your ass out there at 10 years old, but that's still your mama's shit. You gotta cry and release that shit. That's your mama's shit. Happy Mother's Day. You know, let me tell you about Mother's Day. And I'm gonna post the girl's name. I forgot the lady's name. But Mother's Day was just invented in 1905. Of course, you know it's a pagan holiday, but it's that, you know, it has its meaning. But let me tell you about it. It's amazing. Mother's Day is originally started in 1905 as a day of atonement for those who have only lost their mother. Their mother has passed away in the physical realm. So that's how Mother's Day originally started. Then, as you know, I believe back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, they started doing it differently, where you would wear the red flower if your mother was alive, and then the white flower on the left side if your mother had passed on. And maybe some of the churches still do that now, red roses, white roses. But Mother's Day is a day to honor your mother who has deceased, who has passed on. It's an ancestral day, spiritual day. It's a holy day. And the reason this day is spiritual and holy and it's an ancestral day is because death comes in many different forms. It's physical, it's spiritual, it's mental, it's cosmic. It comes in many, many different forms. So on this Mother's Day, we got to put death to some things. We got to release it. We got to honor it. And this is how you honor it. You can take a letter. Have one right here. I had to honor someone in this way. You can take a letter and you can write everything you want to tell your mama down on that letter. If you got to cuss, if you got to scream, if you're coming from a loving place, if you're coming from a fearful place, which is hate. Fear is hate. And I always say there's only two frequencies on this planet. There's fear and hate, and then there's love. So your letter may be coming from a place of darkness. And that's okay. Because you got to face the darkness in order, you got to not only face it, you got to face the darkness and go through the darkness. Woo! And it can be a scary place to go through. It could be a place to go through that brings you to your knees. But the only way out of that is to face it, make peace with it, see it for what it is, honor it. No matter how hard it was, you gotta honor it. You gotta say, thank you, darkness. Thank you, darkness. Thank you, darkness. Because without that darkness, you'll never reach the light. You wouldn't even know what it was. Darkness is a space that you know you can't be in anymore. You can't do it anymore. It's a space that suffocates your very soul. And the only way to get to the light, to the healing, is to face it. No fear. Fear is the lowest frequency on the planet. Everything attacks you through fear. Everything. Fear is a powerful, powerful element. But it's very low vibration. Very low vibration. It's a heck of a tool to use. But in the realm of vibrations, it's very low. So you don't want to stay there. You want to go through that. So you sit in that bathtub, baby, and you release, you cry, you get your cigarette, your joint, whatever you got to have. And I said a joint. And I'm not backing down. Whatever you gotta have, you get that, you write that letter, You release it in that water. And when you come up out of that water, if this letter, and I personally, guys, I personally say, this is all about you. This letter is all about you. It has nothing to do with that other person. This is self-care, baby. It's about you. So I say, do not give this person that letter. You're going to take that letter? Because they're going to get it anyway. They're going to know. Everything is written in the cosmos. It's there in the universe. Once you say it, once you do it, you're going to fold that baby up. You're going to burn it and let the ashes go. And when you burn it, when you set it on fire, when you burn it, it's over with. It's done. It's released. It no longer affects how you move. It no longer affects how you treat your children. You're going to be able to talk to your children now. You know, I had a conversation with my son. I was like, I had to let him know. I said, son, and I got a boy. Woo. I'm sorry, a man. I got a man. And at 34 years old, I had to have a conversation with that man. Not that boy, with that man. Having a conversation with a 34-year-old man. And the whole time, I thought I was, a good parent. I made sure he didn't, my whole thing as a parent, I have to be honest with you, coming up as a single black woman in America, my whole goal with my son was just to make sure that I kept him in a neighborhood that was conducive of him learning and making it out alive. And I did whatever I had to do to make sure that that happened. So I worked from 9 to 9. Managing people for corporations. Being a slave. Until I realized I needed to own my own shit. And I did. That's a whole nother story. But I had to have a conversation with this man and let him know, baby, whew, I wasn't perfect. I couldn't talk to you. I couldn't tell you things because I never seen it. I didn't grow up in that environment. And a lot of times in life, baby, I projected my fears onto you. And my mama's a hell of a projector. And it took me to realize that I was projecting to see where it was coming from. And sometimes we got to separate. We got to cut people off, no matter if it's your mom. Because right now it's self-care. Sometimes you have to cut those people off until you can really deal with the issue and see it for what it is, because they will be projecting so hard on you. You will be going 120 different ways for other people other than yourself because of their fears. You will leave a man that is good to you because of their fears. You will be in a relationship that is horrible for you because of their fears. You gotta let that go, sis. Boss chick, you gotta let that go. And I know you're a boss chick. I know you handle all kind of stuff. You running 2 or 3 corporations. You've got 4 or 5 different jobs, some of you. A couple of side hustles. You know how we do. But none of that. You're going to be just spinning and spinning and spinning and working and working and working, and be a very mean and unbalanced person because you're putting so much time and effort in all of that stuff, boss chick, all of that material stuff in this world that you are slaving for. You are dying for. You are killing your soul for. All this material, tangible stuff. Things that can burn in a 30-second fire. But what about your soul, baby? What about your soul tied to your son? Or your soul tied to your child? What's that looking like? Because you know, you up on Facebook and you riding in the best of cars and you twerking in the club. Everybody at the beach right now because they done gave you some stimulus money. So everybody done went to the beach. But what about that soul tie with your children? Have you had a conversation with them and let them know that, there's a deficit there, a deficiency there? It didn't have shit to do with them. It was your shit that you projected onto them. Same thing with your mom. A deficiency there. And projection that was projected and caused by her mom. What you call breaking the generational curse. So I had to have a conversation with my son. I had to let him know. Baby, you know how much I love you. But I got some things that I did and I projected on you that I don't want to see you do to our grandson. I don't want to see it. And the only way I know to stop it is to let you see it and know it for what it really is. Because everybody's stuff is their own individual stuff. And a lot of times we carry hurt and pain around when you shouldn't have released that shit. You gotta embrace your darkness. You gotta embrace, you gotta face that fear. That's where the fear is coming from. The very, very dark part of yourself, that fear. The main thing you fear the most. Yes, you was abandoned. And because you're abandoned, you let people run all over you now. You don't stand up for yourself. You don't speak your piece. You don't say, no, this is enough. You don't set boundaries. And guess what? You become a doormat for everybody. A bona fide doormat at that, baby. They know exactly where to go, when they need, what they need, and how they're going to suck it from you. But until you deal with what's eating you, got a long way to go to be 360, boss chick. Long way to go to be 360. And that's the maximum what we want to achieve. We want to be complete as women. We want to give. It doesn't matter if you didn't give before. It doesn't matter if you're in a situation where you have whooped the hell out of your children. We're talking about right here, right now, because all we do, time is relative. All we have is this moment right here. So don't bring that past into this moment. Nor think about what's going to happen in the future. You got to let the universe guide your steps. It may not look today what it looks like tomorrow. You know how we change? How I feel about one person today, I could hate their guts. But a whole year from now, we could be best friends. So time is relative. Relative to the moments that you're in. Relative to what you're doing at that time in space. So, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Peace to you. Ashe. Ashe.